Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another day in the workshop. Well, I guess it won't be a full day, but we're starting part of the day. Just got my morning run of jobs. So thought I may as well just have a chit chat since I haven't had any MacBooks really this week. Let's see, what am I trying to do? Let's go for overhead. There we go. That's good enough. Okay, what have we got first? iPhone 7, and it needs a battery and a screen. Okay. Well, it looks like everyone's here. Close enough. I'm a little asleep, and I've got a bunch of fencing to do as well. Yay, more fencing. It's the only way we're going to be able to deal with the stray cat situation that we've got. More fencing. Willem Vasco. Actually, that should be Film Vasco. Just finished my first SMC rebuild, two-board method. Hey, that's great. I'm glad it worked. Glad it wasn't just some off chance that it works for me. Okay, thank God there's no bend in that. Not much fun when you get bent phones, particularly with the iPhone 7s and on, because the chassis just do not bend back. AQs, def, Richard Moore. What? New power supply? Oh yes, this is... Oh wait, no, we've had this power supply for quite a while now. New multimeter though. Hello, Anel. No, I'm not a time traveler. You're just... I just lost that, damn it. I just lost the bottom screw. It just, flew out. No idea where that one went. Looks like I'll have to scavenge one now. So is this gonna... I'll just turn this off. Oh, no. Come on, you can do it. Come on, fast. Damn, I hate this game. This game's really hard. I've only ever got to level 2. Not gonna happen. Alright. Yeah, I'll find that screw far into the future. Okay, this screen's been replaced before. You can tell by the fact that as I'm popping it up, there's no bonding strips or anything. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I've ordered a few, but that one I've definitely just lost though. I think I ordered about 50 the other day. They didn't turn up, funnily enough. Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, they didn't turn up. That's kind of weird. I'll have to find out what happened there. They were supposed to come from my overnight supplier. Phillips. I guess we'll get the battery out first. Hey, Jane Zimmy, yeah, that's been a while. How's it going? English? Greg? Is the home button smashed? I hope not. No, it's just around it, thankfully. Not in it. That would be no fun if it was a smashed home button. It should be genuine Apple strips, in which case I can do this. If it wasn't genuine Apple strips, I'd probably have to take the Taptic engine out. $2016. Wow, this is one of the very first ones out. Enjoy, Stuart. Johnny Chang Moore, just a case of so that any future texts will not be confounded by the fact that, yeah, I just like to keep things as they should be expected for the next tech. Just reprogram another home button with the original Touch ID. Ha! Yeah, good luck. I don't know which version this one is. It's got a little bit of liquid damage in it, actually. Ray, this check down below. You can see here my finger doesn't extend across. There we go. iPhone 7. Shoot. I'm not supposed to peel that off yet. I'm supposed to do these ones first. Make sure it plugs in. Ah, the red bar. No, what red bar? Okay, it's that. This can all go in the trash. And now we do the screen. If you're lucky, the batteries come out nice and easy. If you're not, well, you know how it goes. Then you've got to pull out the old alcohol, or yeah, it's never a lot much fun. Come on, come on, out you come. Let's warm it up. Oh, there really is a copy, eh? Copy tool. Which one's that? Is that the Chi Lun or Chi Li one or whatever it is? Where's my... There we go. That's always fun when the whole damn thing comes off. Except I almost never move those ear mesh grills because they're always usually choked up at this point. So you put them onto a new screen and the customer complains and says, I can't hear out of my new screen. It's because you couldn't hear out of the original one either. Hey, Braden Smith, Louisiana, eh? Do you happen to run into some iPhones that have iCloud lock? Quite frequently. and there's diddly squat I can do. This one's been installed a little funny, which is actually going to complicate the removal. No. It's got to heat up the touch. So basically what, yeah, I suppose that's the real problem, isn't it? It's like you need the original to be working in order to make a copy, which you don't need because the original is working. Yeah. It's one of those joyous conundrums. Okay. Does Australia have any recycling? Yes, we do, Johnny. Not as prevalent as it should be, but we do have those programs. It's more a case of getting people to participate in them. I would say probably 90% of Australia's e-waste just goes straight to the dump. But that's just a thumb suck. I don't know how true that is, but it just feels like, particularly out in these rural areas, people just take it down to the dump and dump it. The dump does have an area for old electronics and such. So if you are a half-decent citizen, you will separate out that stuff and put it in the appropriate location at the dump. But most people will just toss it in the trash and it just gets minced up with everything else. We don't even have a separate recyclables and trash containers for our collection, which of course does not help at all. We're only 30 years behind the rest of the locations. Okay, I just got to separate this off. We need to use a bit of heat. Don't like forcibly folding these things back. It's better. Come on, get in. I do hope at some point that Apple manages to make a earpiece, flex, etc. assembly that doesn't require all sorts of origami activities to put in. But I suppose if they did that, it'd be too easy for people like us. Hey Corey. Braden, yeah, we're fixing iPhone 7. What damn job was this? The actual number. Does Australia have laws similar to EU regarding We do, yes. But for small scale repairs and things like that, we don't have to comply. But yeah, Australia does obviously have the ROHS requirements set. But if you're a small scale manufacturer or repairer, you're allowed to use the leaded solder if you want. If I was forced to have to not use leaded, I'd probably use SAG 305. I'd prefer to keep using leaded, but certainly... Is it SAG or... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's SAG 305. At least it seems to be a decent alloy and doesn't, at this point, seem to have any long-term issues regard tin whiskers or deteriorations or anything like that. If they really want people to move over to lead-free, then they could always just ramp the price of lead right up and make it so that lead-free is cheaper, but I don't see that happening in a hurry. Are we done? I get the feeling we're done. Hey, any 555. Hey, PVJ. Don't recognize your name, PVJ. Welcome if you're new. Make sure I haven't pinched that cable. Okay, screen is up. I'm gonna have to get myself a replacement one of those. I'll find one around the workshop somewhere. See if it charges properly. The charge port's got some junk in it. But I am getting a good 2 amp charge rate, so that's good. But yeah, there's junk in the charge port. It's not a lot of junk, but I can feel it's in there. Yep, there it is. Looks like an insect got in there and proceeded to get crushed to death. Definitely looks like the remnants of an insect. I can see the exoskeleton there. Okay, I'm just going to blow this out. That's acceptable. Interesting, we've got one pin flying up high on the right. Alright. Yeah, that was a crushed insect. A little beetle or something. Okay, we're doing good. Now to find that replacement screw. I hope I didn't accidentally throw out the ones I ordered. That would suck something severely. Come to think of it, I could have sworn I was supposed to have an order arrive yesterday, and I don't recall that arriving, or did it? Let's see, let's check my supplier. Check the tracking. Ooh, shoot. I have a horrible feeling I tossed out the packaging, which probably included all the things. Oh no! Damn. And I thought I was being smart because I was actually directly cleaning up my... I cut down the box and did all that stuff. I thought, yep, I'm being a good, responsible person here. Okay, wait, no, I may have found him. Aha. I have. A little baggie of drugs. Did you have one of those wire wrap kits as a... Oh, you're talking about the one, like the 101 breadboard type kits where they would have all the springs on them and you can just use wires to connect up the different sections. I didn't personally have one, but I used a lot of other people's. I wasn't really well off enough as a kid. Well, I should say my parents weren't. You know, they were busy just providing the essentials in life. And so consequently I relied on it, playing with richer people's kids' toys instead. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it worked out alright. And now I can buy my own toys. Except I've got this upside down. That was smart. Okay. Cancel. Oh, no passcode on this. Whoops. So, touch works. That's good. Okay. Alright, one done. 2 to go. Yeah, Johnny, that's pretty common around here. For that reason, I'm very thankful we've moved over to LED lights as a general rule. At least finally we get rid of that easily spreadable mercury content. I mean, I realise that LEDs have their own waste issues, but that's more at the manufacturing side. So at least, you know, it's all in one location and can be appropriately dealt with there. But relying on consumers to be responsible with CFLs and such, then yeah, that's not much hope there. Did you get the CNC mill? No. Nope. I'm going to have to find a rich person and steal theirs instead. Okay, so this iPhone 5S that we got here, the screen's fine, but apparently the battery's got issues. Okay, just bring that up. So we'll have a look and see if it is actually a battery or if it's something else. I'd say it's not likely anything like TriStar or whatever, because otherwise it would probably be flat at this point. Oh yeah, most people don't realise that they've got a TriStar issue until it goes flat and it won't charge. Usually. Come on. This feels like it's never been opened, so that is good. Yeah, at least it's still got the retainer clip. I've started to notice that a lot of people leaving the retainer clip out. And so, why do you do that? That said, this one's been difficult to get out. This one's telling me this is why people don't put the retainer clip back in. And yeah, the battery's starting to, it's got little dimples and it's starting to gloss up on the edges here, meaning it is beginning to puff up. Where's my Phillips? Ah, it's upside down, that's why. Hey Cody Leatherman. Oh, this is a 5S. Wouldn't make sure it was a 5S and not an SE. I'd be in trouble if it was an SE, because I don't think I've got a battery in at the moment for that. A lot of people have trouble putting the bracket on. You've got to have a small pinky finger or something like that. Something you can just manage to squish down into that gap. It's a good reason for me to manage my personal body weight. If I get too fat and my fingers get fat, then I won't be able to fix up 5S's anymore. Yes, I'm taking the screen out to change the battery. I know some people like to not take the screen out, but I am not of that crowd. I prefer to not be sitting here trying to juggle a screen, stop the cables from tearing while I do this process. Yeah, 5S and SE have the retainer. Okay, this one's probably going to be a pain in the butt. Yep. Let's see if we can just twirl it out. Sometimes you just got to get it started. You okay. Alcohol time. I'll try to do the other side. So sometimes you can get one of them up, you can sort of leave your way around to the next. Come on. Come on. Yeah, you little... I almost wonder whether this is not a genuine, but it feels like it is. The only way it might not be is if it's actually a refurb phone. So maybe if it's a factory refurb and then the strips that they've put in are not as thick as the true originals. Yeah, let's try for you again. Come on. Come on. Imagine this is what it must be like being a doctor trying to get some sort of insistent parasite out of somebody. Sorry, Stray, but yeah. Hey, Maven. Rodrigo, I think the strips are just a little bit too thin vertically in terms of thickness as opposed to width. Let's see if we can get this one out. It doesn't help with these phones because this that retainer clip is actually quite sharp. No, that one's gone in and under. We're gonna have to now do it the annoying way. There we go. We've got lucky. This one doesn't seem to have bonded as tightly as it could. (2013). Yeah, I'd say 7 years old. It's pretty much at the end of its life. Yeah, see, it's breaking just on its own. I'm amazed I got that first one out. Yeah, the pride of shame. Hey, pal. That's... They've installed that backwards. It's actually supposed to be sitting in... What is going on here? I've got like 2? Yeah, doesn't matter. A 5S. 2020, June. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's cut this battery open. Just kidding. Don't do that. Hey Ed. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to split the strip. Hey, nobody important? Haven't seen you recently. I think I saw you about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I think. Going to test it before installing. That's asking a bit much, isn't it? No one does that. Installing is the test. On a serious note, though, I have often contemplated what the time gains or losses are between testing before or testing afterwards, and I've generally found that in the end, given the comparatively low occurrence of failures, it is in fact less overall time consuming to just assemble it as it should be and test it at the end. It's more annoying when it happens, as in when you get a failure, but overall you gain time by just building as if it is actually functional. I suppose the variance there is going to be the quality of your supplier, I suppose. If you've got a shonky supplier, then maybe it doesn't work out in your favour. Is the thrill gone of opening new packages of tools? No, I think it depends on the tool. Like, I enjoyed getting the multimeter because it was a nice upgrade. If it's a new type of piece of equipment or something that's going to help you with your work, then I think there's a certain degree of excitement. If, on the other hand, it's just sort of like, say I've got to get a replacement quick or something like that, then I'd be like, yeah, replacement quick, I'll just unpack it, get it on the workbench and get on with work. But yeah, new tools can be exciting. Can also be very frustrating. I was going to say, why is that flickering in my vision there? And I realised it's the phone doing crazy screen patterns. There's a phone in here doing its thing. Hey, Christy. Even more exciting when you get delivered the wrong tool. Depends. If, say, someone sends you a 4-channel 200 megahertz DSO when you ordered a $20 multimeter, then yep, that would be exciting. Unless you really did need a multimeter. But then, at least with the DSO, you might have a chance of being able to measure what you need. Might. And the clip is safely in. Hey Teresa, how's it going? Or even when you get a better microscope head. Well, like, yeah, if someone sent me an Olympus optics head or a Carl Zeiss, that would be great. I see Olympus is now shutting down, at least from the camera business. I'm not sure if they're shutting down all their optics. It's got a bit of a... This is an old screen or something. It's starting to develop that pink hue in the middle. Morons will kill us all. Oh, yeah, I know. Know exactly what you mean there, Teresa. And we're charging at 1 amp rate, so that's pretty good. We'll see what the actual percentage is when it comes up, though. Worst I've had is an 8-channel receiver, and they sent you a 3-channel. Rob. Yeah, that's a bit of a difference, isn't it, now? Did they at least get the frequency band right? Not 36, 27, 35, whatever. Let's see, we're at 67, so 1 amp is pretty good for 67. That's fine. I'll leave that on charge. Okay, so that one person's jobs are now done. I just got to do up their invoice. New invoice. Wait, what? No, pressing the wrong keys. $2.4 when you order 5.1. Oh wow, yeah, everything was wrong there. It's like they just completely gave up on any sort of level of competence. iPhone 7 screen and battery 180. iPhone 5S battery 59. Most people go through life faking it. Oh, let's see, what are we talking about? Faking what? Faking everything? Yeah, you gotta fake it before you make it, until you make it. What? Oh, this is so not good. Oh, much better. Alright, they're done, invoiced, ready to be printed at the front counter, and yeah. Hey, House of Moth, what you up to? Other than sitting here watching my stream, right, that can go in the bin. Well, the iPhone parts bin. Learn to fake sneezing. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, I got some bad Chinese supply problems at the moment. I'm waiting on a couple of 1708 keyboard decks, and they're not moving anywhere. And my customer, the client, is getting really, really not happy about that. And as much as I want to be able to help them, other than paying $500 odd for local replacements, I see them going for that. It's like a $250 premium for local supply. Okay, this 6S is got some pretty cool effects there. I don't have a sticker for this one at the moment, so we're not going to be able to update the display on the Open Broadcaster. Ah, scratchy nose. Definitely only when I'm on YouTube. Seriously, it does not happen to me when I am just doing things on my own. Either I'm not aware of it. Well, the battery looks decent. I've worked on this one before. You can tell by the markings. Okay, let's get it done. Usual Friday night, hating Australians for sending us. What? Don't blame us for that. Come on, man. We burnt half the country this year. Which means it's probably going to be hotter again when summer does come back around. We've been fortunate. We've actually had some nice winter rain up here, which is quite unusual. I'm very happy for it. So it means come the part of summer sort of like October through to December, it won't be quite so brutally dry and nasty. Okay, we've got liquid damage in this one too. And no scratching. Good God, man. Hey, Sam Davies, what idle current would you expect from the lightning connector without a battery and display off, asleep but not? Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure. Normally I see about 70 milliamp, but that's usually trying just to get the display up. We've got a screw come out there. So I'd say 70 would be your max. Hey, you use a... Right, got our little bulldozing tool. Much easier to clear the frame perimeter using this. Just take this toothpick type thing. It's a gun cleaning tip. And you cut the end so it looks like a quadrant of a circle. And then you just go around and it just clears out the trash. And if it gets out of shape, you just cut it and do it again. Okay, this bottom corner lip needs to be pulled out. Top corner seems okay. It's this bottom corner lip that needs to just be cleaned up a little bit, otherwise the screen is going to pop off it. Yeah, let's see. Let me guess, I've taken my iPhone toolbox and moved it. Where did I move you to? Seriously? It's like I've got a subconscious part of me that's got a sick sense of humor or something. Although I finally found my PC power supply tester. That was something I could have done with the other day. are you? Come on, seriously, man. I don't have all day to waste looking for what should be right in front of me. Definitely need a bigger workshop, that much is without question. You were right there on the top all along, seriously? Oh. Alrighty. This is a genuine G tool, this one. I don't think you can get them anymore. I think G-Tool's gone out of business or something, haven't they? Need one of these for MacBooks. Look, screens. I was about to put that screen back on. That's hilarious. So there you go. I fixed up your phone. Oops, I forgot to change the screen. I think what happens is that you have an internal body clock that ticks along, and if you think, okay, this is coming in for a screen replacement, it should be done in about 12 minutes, and then you hit around about that mark, and you just your brain just assumes, okay, it's fixed, put it back together now. And it's like, nope, we haven't even started. Trash. Hey, Jason Shepherd. Doing all good. From whom do you get your iPhone replacement parts? Fix Easy, but considering I use Easy Fix mostly. They're my primary supplier. They're not the cheapest. They're not the most expensive. The biggest thing with the Easy Fix is generally if they say they've got stock in, they almost always have stock in. Like when you order it, it's pretty much guaranteed to be there. I think I've only had maybe 2 events where they haven't been able to supply, and it's overnight for me, so yeah, overnight's very important for me. especially in my more remote location that I'm in. So on any given week, it could be anything from 500 to 1,000 a week. What I would like to be able to do is get to the point where I can just make orders all over 500. That way at least I'll save a little bit on shipping each time. But more often what happens is that you get about midway through the week and some special job comes in and it just happens to be a part that you don't have, so you load up the invoice or the cost to the customer to compensate for the fact that you've had to do the shipping extra, but it still would be nice to not have to think about doing more than one order a week. It varies. Sometimes it's every 2 weeks, sometimes it's every day. It really varies. That's part of the problem, is the consistency. What am I looking for? Tape. And Rolf from Philippines. Not too far from Australia. Then again, most of Southeast Asia is not far from Australia. Henceforth, we're often called Australasia region. Do you have your own Discord server? I'll just hang out on Rossman's. Yeah, I'm in no position at the moment to be having my own Discord. I don't see any real use for it, especially when I already am on Rossman's. And I'm not really doing much with the Rossman one anyway. It's for the very few people that actually do want to talk to me or something like that, directly like that. Just clean up this home button. It's pretty dirty, so if I put it back in there, it's going to be a bit pointless having put that fresh tape down, because it'll just contact the dirt, and the dirt will say, yay, we're stuck to the tape. We're letting go of the home button now. Pernoff, just so you sneaking in there. Okay, Tony, thanks for dropping in. Pernoff, did you see that my compile and system decided to no longer statically include standard C and SDL again? I don't know what's happened. I mean, obviously something's been updated somewhere, and it doesn't like the CMake configuration. But it's frustrating, because after I finally got it fixed before by just basically shuffling things around, I left it alone, because I thought, well, I don't want to touch any of this again. I don't want to do that. And I went to do a new build last night, sent it off to someone and they said, oh, it's missing the static files. And I was like, damn. And I know it's not the installation of the MinGW gear, because the PDF engine works just fine. And it uses the same libraries. But the difference is that's being built using make rather than CMake. Anyway, more things for me to try and work out. Okay, we're locked in. It's more frustrating when that happens even after you haven't done anything that you're aware of, at least. Certainly not on the configuration files for the build system. Maybe something, yeah, well, I'd like to know what it is. It must be something either related to CMake or, yeah, I'm just not sure. It's frustrating, I'll tell you that much. At least now I've got myself a 21-inch iMac that I can use as my development machine for macOS stuff. Because I was going to use the 27-inch that I've got, but I ended up making that my main workstation for Linux. Funnily enough, they both got the same processor. I think it's both i5 4720 or something like that. The only downside is the 21-inch is only a 1080 screen, whereas the 27-inch is the beautiful 1440 screen. Oh, for goodness sake. Come on, there you go. Hey Jim, welcome back. Good to see you. Unfortunately, I'm just about finished. There's a little nick in the middle here, and it's not going to cause any troubles. I was worried it might be pushing in a little bit too far, but the plastic frame holder is taking the it's taking up the slight push in, so it'll be fine. It's not touching the glass, that's what matters. You're gonna have to get Pedro. Yeah, Pedro's stealing the market. As soon as he got that addictive lust in his eyes for this sort of thing, like fixing MacBooks, I knew he was going to be a problem I'd have to deal with one day. Let's wait for this to boot. We can see, make sure it... Okay, that's good. Searching no service. Oh yeah, there we go. I was worried there for a second that the baseband CPU might have been knocked from the damage. Not that I have a problem with the baseband CPU replacements on these. I find it to be a fairly easy chip to work with. Yeah, it's getting to hit me in time, Teresa, I think. Alright, so that's working. I've done all my jobs, and so that's it. I've got to go back upstairs and do some paperwork and get the customers to come pick up their gear. And yeah, can't think of much else. I might play some Diablo tonight. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm out of here. Thank you very much for dropping in, and I will see you all next time. In the meantime, you'll take care. See yous.